Hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel. So this is the Newport News Criterion, day 2, the Twilight Criterion. This is the 4-5 category, and I'm putting this video out to show you how to lose a crit. And I did this in record time. I raced with Bike Doctor, and going into this, I felt like I could get like a top 10 placing if I did a few things right, and I did none of that right. The first thing was getting to the line and getting a good start. I didn't. When that whistle blew, I think I was 20th. I had to be like 20th. That is not where I needed to be, and I never moved up. So I actually got pulled with 3 laps to go. So I stayed out here for a very long time, but I'm only putting 13 minutes of footage out here to show you the mistakes that I made, because I truly think that I lost this race somewhere between 6 and 10 minutes. Somewhere along that line, that's where this race was lost. The eventual winners, guys who got on the podium, Jackson from Equip and Justin from THR. And there was another guy, Viencio, I think that's his name. I think that's how I spell. Sorry if I messed your name up, bro. He's unattached. He's not even attached to his team. And then 4th place was Jacob from District Taco and Oliver from Velocis Sport. THR had 11 guys in this race, and I think the game plan, and I could be wrong, but I think their game plan was to open up gaps at various points to make sure they ensure a victory for their guys. And the reason why I say that is because I think I've seen some things from my point of view, and then when I look at the results, there were only 2 guys in the top 10 from their team. I think the other guys may have sacrificed themselves to make sure they get on the top step. So we about almost 3 minutes into this race, and it's strung out. It's still fast, and the start finish section is a headwind with a slight drag. And then you go into turn 2. Once you go into turn 3 turns into a immediate headwind. Immediate headwind. Like, you don't even feel like you're going downhill at this point. And then once you come out of that turn, I think this turn 5, if I'm not mistaken, you're going uphill now. So this is a tailwind, but you're still working. I think every time I hit that hill, it was somewhere between 5 and 800 watts being spent to move absolutely nowhere. Because I didn't make up no ground. And I could only just think, if I would have had a better start, where would I have been? So this is a pivotal point for me, because I think you're starting to see people crack here. And yes, there are some people that are still fighting for position, but you starting to see people peel off. I think there were people that got pulled as early as 2 minutes into the race. That's how fast this race was. So I'm definitely trying to move up, and I'm starting to see some fatigue in some of my competitors, and I know that I need to make a move at this point. So I'm watching one guy, and some of the things I'm looking for is excessive hip movement. I look at their cadence, and this guy right here, his indicator was he got out his seat. And when I seen him get out his seat right here, I knew I had to go around him. He was pretty much spent. He gave everything he had. This race was crazy. And this was my first race of the season. So my expectations was probably too damn high. But I'ma aim for the sky on anything that I do. But this moment right here, I should have went. I didn't. And it cost me. Two of his teammates fly on the outside, go around him. He is not interested in pedaling his bike anymore. I missed that moment. This guy dives inside. He don't really go no goddamn where. And we just sitting here, and the train's starting to pull away. And I'm like, okay, I gotta make a move. So the minute I go to kick it into this turn, the young man right here fights me for this next corner, and I let him have it. I let him have it. I'm thinking, okay, show me what you got. Maybe you can get me to where I'm trying to go. And I'm not really seeing that. And I realized that I should have not stayed on this wheel as long as I did. But that's my mistake. I see the next guy starting to die. It looked like he's not pedaling at all. And the guy that went by in that purple jersey, man, I wish I could have grabbed this wheel. That would have been a great wheel to grab. And the minute I try to move around this guy, he picks his pace up a little bit and further separates me a little bit. And then he goes into a TT position right here. And yeah, I gotta go. So this dig right here, 700, 800 watts to get back to the group. And then we're going to go down this hill. I'm going to fight right here as well to go around him to get reconnected. That was an effort that definitely just had me almost redlining. And I am relieved to be back on the end of this tail. And I still know I need to move up, but there is like a small victory in saying, Daryl, you are still connected to the main group. But little did I know, this was not going to be for long. Again, these indicators are there. I can see it in his pedal stroke. His pedal stroke is a lot slower. But where am I move at is what I'm thinking also. So I kind of sit right here. I'm looking through the turn. I can see where I'm at. Number wise, I am still a long ways from top 10. But I still think I got hope. And this guy does something that indicates I'm starting to see the gap. And the minute he turns his head, yep, that's it. He doesn't want to be here anymore, and I don't want to be here either. I think I got so disgruntled here because I'm not closing another gap. I'm spent. and I had this moment where I had to collect myself. I think the guys eventually saw that I was not going to pedal, and they went around me. Because little did I know, I dragged these guys back to that group. Didn't know that. So now that that's done, this particular group is the group that I end up sitting in for the rest of the race. And these same group of guys. And it's just possum over and over. And right here, I'm going to see who actually want to ride their bikes. And then I can just grab some wheels. The effort I gave just kind of broke my spirit. So I'm going to try to get in the draft, recover, and I'll make another stab at trying to reconnect to that group. I still have a gap right here. I'm still trying to obviously recover. I'm not, but I am pushing as hard as I can, and I don't want to be this far off from the wheel, but unfortunately that's just where I'm at right now. I kind of exhausted myself. I think these guys are gonna go around me one more time. Yeah, okay. So yeah, he goes around me one more time. But this guy from THR, you can see just one rider up. He is showing those signs. He's going to drop his head. And I see it, and I don't want to deal with that. I still actually want to just try. So I go around him. As soon as I do, yeah, he comes alive and grabs my wheel. And we just continue doing these games. And it just doesn't help you get back to the chase group. You can kind of see that chase group up the road right there, because it actually split from the main group, and that's where at least I'm trying to get to. I ended up finishing like 28th, I think, but if I get to that chase group, it puts you probably in the top 20 or maybe the teens, because that was a big chase group that fell off that main group. So yeah, I hope you see these mistakes I've made. Some of it, you know, I could say it was fitness, but I do think that the efforts that I gave back here could have been spent in a top 10 position, and I feel like I've probably been fine. You know, I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel. So and the guy from THR does it again. Something about this section right here, he pulls off, and he opens that up, and he's asking anybody to come around, and I do, because I am still fighting to get to that group that I can see. I can see them through every turn, and I'm thinking that's my goal. Chase them. If I'm not going to win this race, we're going to get some good fitness gains, and we're going to hit some good numbers, and we're going to take this into the next race. This is how I like to race my bike. Even when I'm not going to win, I'm going to definitely still put out this a valiant effort. So again, want to give a shout out for THR for hosting such an amazing event. I can't wait to do this next year. Hopefully I can do the whole Omnium and not just show up for one day and get my muffin cap peeled back like I did in this race. But